What's going on, guys? It's Mr. Aflac9916 and welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. We are in Finland. Tampere heading down to Turku. Boy, has it been a while since I have uploaded. Actually, it's been well over a month because I didn't get these episodes from St. Petersburg all the way onwards uploaded to YouTube. Basically, a bunch of crazy things happened at the end of Christmas break, and it was just bad. So I thought about, should I just skip those episodes or still upload them? I want people to be able to see this parts of the drive, so I am going to upload those, although they're being uploaded a lot later than when I recorded them. So yeah, that'll kind of be weird. It'll be a little off in the timeline of what I talk about, but hopefully this series has lots of views and some of you are watching this 2 years after it happened, and it won't matter to you. But today we are in Tampere, where we ended off at the end of the last episode, and we're going to be headed down to Turku. I had picked out this delivery at the end of the last episode, which, as I said, I recorded over a month ago. So let's go ahead and hop into our beautiful, beautiful truck and take those aircraft tires across Finland. I have so much to talk about, so much to update you guys on, because it's obviously been a long time since I've played Euro Truck Simulator 2 and a long time since I've made a YouTube video in general. Alright, we're in the rain, and I don't even remember which button I set up for. Alright, there's the parking brake. Windshield wipers are... There we go. There's my lights, and it looks like that's windshield. Yeah, okay. Alright, we're good to go. Put this into drive. And we don't have anything to worry about behind us. My beautiful brand new truck and trailer looks pretty nice too. Still have to get used to this, obviously. But boy, has it been a while. It's good to be back in this series. And I want to spend this episode talking about what I did over Christmas break and kind of give you the updates on that, and then kind of lay out the 2019 roadmap for the channel, because summer of 2019 is kind of up in the air a little bit as to what's going to happen, and I'll keep you all posted on that. So, it looks like we have a yield here. Go ahead. Oh, my driver's getting tired, and there's cars coming. What are you doing? You letting me go? Oh my god, I hate when they do this. Either go or stop, guys. Alright, that'll be okay. Barely, just barely fit. Let's find a hotel to rest at, and then when does this even due? I hope it's not due. Oh, there's not even a hotel. We're just gonna have to make it. We're just gonna have to make it to Turku tired, I guess, because there's no place for me to really sleep. Next rest up in an hour 17. So we have 15 hours left, so if we can get to a hotel in the first hour 17 of this drive, we should be okay. But anyway, go ahead and start off talking about my Christmas break a little bit. We'll do 2 deliveries in this episode, make a little bit of a good episode. Oh, red light violation, $60. Are you serious? It was green. Was it not green? Did I just make a stupid mistake? I have no idea. That doesn't seem right. All right, whatever. Someone's got to let me over. Not gonna be you. Alright, you're gonna have to let me over. There you go. That lane only goes on for so long, people. You all don't want me to run into you, do you? So anyway, Christmas break was pretty fantastic for me. Went to San Francisco for not the first time in my life. Actually, the second time I'd been there, but the first time was when I was a baby. So I got to check that out. Got to walk across the Golden Gate Bridge, and had a fantastic taco in the Mission, which is like the Mexican district, you could say, of San Francisco. That was pretty sweet. Ate some good seafood at a couple places. Ate a really good sushi at this one place in Cow Hollow, one of the neighborhoods in the city. Just overall enjoyed it a lot. And then came back and pretty much spent most of my break driving down to Pittsburgh and exploring that city. Obviously, I'm from there, but there were a lot of parts of the city that I had not been to before, and I told myself over break I wanted to kind of go to some of those neighborhoods before, so I really got to explore a city and kind of be a tourist in my own city in a way, and kind of explore different neighborhoods, different things, and I have to say that I really, really enjoyed doing that. So kind of had a pretty sweet break. I actually drove around on gotta turn my headlights on. Jeez, the tickets are piling up. Where is my light? Where are my lights? There they are. Oh boy. This is a disastrous drive so far. 2 tickets, all sorts of shenanigans going on. This is not good. Anyway, we know how harmful those tickets can be because I'm not going to make much money from this delivery. So we got those loans that we have to pay off as well. So we're going to have to make sure to, you know, actually keep making the money. Although it's not as desperate as it was early on in the game when we hardly had anything. Alright, we got turned down. What is this road? Is this even a road? Hutanen. Okay. All these Finnish forestry roads are nuts. Which button did I... That's bright. Which button did I set up for my engine retarder? Oh, it's the arrow keys. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that takes care of that. That's cruise control. Okay, right, does nothing. Okay. now I'm good. It's been so long since I've played, I totally forgot half of the controls that I had set up. But anyway, I played American Truck Sim and drove around San Francisco on that, and it was pretty realistic to the actual game. And I think that's a good segue to get into what I want to really talk about in this series, in this video, which is the 2019 roadmap for the channel. Obviously, it's almost the end of January, but still kind of the beginning of the year, and I have a lot that's planned. Obviously, I kind of talked about this in previous episodes, what I want to do, but I think I'm going to continue this series, but the big news is that Washington State has officially been announced for American Truck Sim, which is, of course, what I've been waiting for to start that series. And I think it should be out sometime this spring because there's already a Steam page for it. So I'm pretty stoked to be able to actually drive around Seattle and Washington State and actually begin an American Truck Sim series. I don't think I'm going to play it as much as the Euro one. This is still going to be the primary series, but I'm definitely going to, you know, play it a lot, and I think we'll continue with the Euro Truck Sim series all year long, and we will continue, or start a American Truck Sim series once Washington State comes out. Once MLB The Show comes out, I'm going to be bringing baseball back to the channel. Obviously, that's my popular one. And I'm thinking about doing a Cities Skylines series. So Cities Skylines is one of my favorite games. I've been playing it a lot recently. The last couple weeks I've probably logged 40 hours. I've just been playing a lot. And I really... Why is that truck all lit up down there? What the... Is that like a ghost oil tanker? What the heck? That is bizarre. But I've modded the game like you wouldn't believe it, and I really want to bring that to the channel because I'm going to be remaking the entire city of Pittsburgh on there, and I think I am possibly thinking about doing it on YouTube. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit of a different series because I'm going to have to like work a lot off camera and kind of do that kind of stuff. But I think I still want to bring that to the channel and start that series. So we'll have those ones going, and then we will have some more random videos, as I said I was going to do. I never end up uploading those that I mentioned in the last few episodes, as I said, because things kind of got behind on schedule a little bit with Christmas break and all that. But I still want to do a little bit of GeoGuessr and that stuff occasionally. So that'll be the upload schedule for the spring. Summer is what is up in the air, because I am possibly going to be spending the summer in Alaska. As crazy as it sounds. Oh, look at that. That's a cool little speed thing that tells you how fast you're going. That's actually, those actually notice those, and then it makes you realize that you're going too fast. So that's pretty cool that they have that in the game. But anyway, I wish there was a place to sleep in this dang town. But I might be spending the summer in Alaska because I have a possible internship opportunity to work at an airport in Bristol Bay, which is on the southwestern edge of the mainland in Alaska, right by the peninsula. I forget the name of the peninsula, but it's just very, very rural and remote Alaska. And to spend an entire summer there would be a pretty amazing experience. I always wanted to study abroad in college, but with my major aviation, I was never really able to study abroad per se. But this might be the closest I'm actually going to be able to get to that. I mean, rural Alaska, to be honest, it's more expensive to get to, and probably even, as different from the mainland U.S. as parts of Europe are, to be honest. I mean, it's pretty wild out there, even though it's still technically the same country. So it would be a pretty cool experience. I don't know if I'm going to do it yet. I still have to weigh whether I want to be gone for 3 months, because there's a lot of other stuff I wanted to, do over the summer back home. There were a couple other internship opportunities I was looking at, but I'm probably going to do that, which means I will be gone for a couple months in the summer, which means that any series I start, it's going to be hard to, you know, continue that through those 3 months. In fact, it's going to be impossible because I'm not going to have a PC or a PlayStation. I'm not even going to have good internet up there. So uploading is going to be pretty much impossible, which means all I'll really be able to do is upload, you know, pre-recorded videos, which would have to be GeoGuessr and that kind of stuff. So it's possible that this year is going to have, you know, a May, June, half of May, June, July, and most of August without any videos at all if I decide to, you know, do this internship program, which means, you know, I'm gonna have to sacrifice making videos, obviously, which is fine. I mean, that's not my primary concern in life, but it is going to complicate how I'm going to do this. And if I start, you know, if there's series that I start, they're going to have to go on hiatus for a couple months, and then obviously they would return towards the end of August when I come back to Ohio, and I could continue them into next school year. I am a senior, but I'm going a 5th year, so I'll have a whole nother year here to you know, make videos and all that kind of stuff, and obviously go to school and all that. But I'll keep you guys posted on what ends up happening with that. You know, maybe it might not end up happening at all, which means that I might, you know, continue this upload schedule through the summer in general. But yeah, that's kind of the big channel update, and it looks like we have ourselves a gas station, which means I can sleep. Thank goodness. It's 12:26 and it's still light out. I also actually need to turn on the winter mod. I said I was going to do that after Christmas break, so perhaps in the next episode I will do just that. Alright, where are you going, bus? Oh my god, why are they letting me... You're so dumb. You're so dumb, you're turning right. You had the right of way, buddy. Whatever. Let's go ahead and pull into here and find a place to sleep, if there are any. I'm guessing that this is a little sleeping area here. Yeah, there we go. Alright, just go ahead and pull this up nice straight, put that parking brake on, and turn the engine off. Alright, now we can rest. Hopefully it's not raining. Ah, blue skies ahead. That's what I like to see. And we can turn these windshield wipers off, and turn my lights off. Parking brake off. Into drive. Alright. My window's still wet. Alright, now we're good. Are we full on gas, or do we need gas? Where's our tank? Alright, we're at about half, so we'll be A-okay on that front. Just go ahead and leave this little rural Finnish gas station. We really have been all over. Russia, Finland. Still trying to explore this part of the map. Alrighty. We are good to go. Towards Turku. Man, what a beautiful day compared to what it was before. Alright, anyway, back to what I was talking about. That might happen over the summer. If not, just continue. For now, expect this series, City Skylines, all sorts of series in the spring. Gonna try to, you know, upload as much as I can. Because if I only do have February, March, and April, and like a week in May, well then, you know, that's only 3 months of uploading, which is not that much, which means I'm gonna have to work really hard to actually get videos up. So maybe this will be motivation for me to, for once in my life, not be crappy and go like a month without uploading, as I have been consistently doing throughout the entire time that I've been on YouTube. I've been doing YouTube for years, and it's always the same pattern, so I think I'm actually gonna have to force myself to not be like that now. Could put this engine retarder on. That was a very short highway. Alright, almost to our destination, just an hour away now. Went to Washington, D.C. last weekend. That was pretty fun. It's an annual trip for a college organization that I'm in. This year happened to be during the Women's March, so we went to that. And then we spent the night going out to the bars in D.C., which are open till 3 in the morning. And after that, we left the bars, me and two other guys, this one guy's girlfriend. We rented bikes. They got like a bike share thing in DC. And we took the bikes from the bars 3 miles all the way to the Washington Monument and then over to the Lincoln Memorial, which is right next to the Washington Monument. So that was pretty sweet. It was like, you know, 3:30 a.m. when we're biking through DC. In the cold, keep in mind, too. It was, I don't know, like 39 degrees, and biking in the cold is not exactly easy. But it was a pretty fun time, and it's kind of a tradition that our organization does every year, is see the monuments at 4 in the morning. And of course there's hardly any other, there's only like 2 other tourists there at 4 a.m. because, you know, who's going to see statues at 4 in the morning? We were. So that was pretty sweet. Then the next day we headed to the Holocaust Museum, and after that we headed to the news museum called the Newseum, which was a pretty cool place. I enjoyed that. Got some good food there, went to Chinatown, all that good stuff. And just kind of had a good time overall. And then on the way back, I stopped in West Virginia, and we saw Blackwater Falls, which is the waterfall that the state park that I grew up going to on vacation with my family every single year. It's kind of on the drive between Southern Ohio and Washington, D.C. It's a separate route to get there, but it's not that far. And I ended up taking that route, and it was covered. So we get to the waterfall, and it's one degree Fahrenheit, so Celsius, you know, we're well into the negatives, and it was incredibly cold. Luckily it wasn't windy, but the waterfall, when the water hit the ground, or the stream below the waterfall, it kicked up so much mist, and it was so cold that the mist was freezing, and that meant the boardwalk down to the waterfall and the rocks and the trees and everything that the mist touched, it froze on it. So everything was just completely covered in ice. They were the biggest icicles that I think I've ever seen in my life before. It was really an incredible thing to witness, because I've never seen anything like that before. I've only it was like out of a postcard from a winter weather, a winter type postcard in the mountains. And just driving through the mountains of West Virginia, there was snow blowing on the highway. There was all sorts of different stuff, and it was absolutely gorgeous. Just one of the most beautiful things I'd ever seen, to be honest. And I'd have to say it was probably the best part of the entire weekend trip. And then of course it's back to school and everything's back to classes and all that fun stuff. I ended up adding 2 classes for this semester because it was what I was taking already was really easy. So I decided to add a couple classes to, you know, just get more. I figured if it's easy, I might as well just get stuff done and then go from there. Alright, recruitment agency discovered, new city discovered. Doesn't look like there's much around this place. What is that? Is that the port? I guess that's their port. Wow. It seems to be like we're in just a big industrial area here. I don't know if Turku is a very industrial city or not. I've heard of it before, but I don't know much about it. Alright. One thing I'm really paying attention to is the markings on the roads and the style of the roads and the lights and all that and how it's all ran. Because, as I said, I've been playing a lot of City Skylines recently. And, you know, I've been designing roads and designing cities, and now to be driving on them in this game, it's kind of the opposite end of the spectrum, you know? Trucks are like, when you're a city planner, trucks are like your worst enemy because they're huge and you gotta account for them on the roads. But when you're not a city planner, when you're a truck driver, you know, you need city planners to make sure they make a proper road network for your trucks. And it seems like this has all been pretty good. That one weird road that I went on earlier in this delivery was the kind of wacky part of the drive. Alright, almost to our destination. I will say I enjoyed driving around Finland, though. It definitely has I thought Finland was going to be a little bit more like Scandinavia, but it's almost like a cross between Scandinavia and Russia. In terms of how it looks, at least. It's a lot more remote and a lot more kind of just like, you know, foresty, you know, honestly a lot of industrial wasteland almost, and just like random, you know, remote forest and all that kind of stuff, which is kind of cool. Alright, why are we backing up? Come on. Alright, let's go ahead and swing this around. Actually, I know what I'll do. Hey, there goes a train. Very cool. I love when industry is around other industry. Alright, we gotta just back this up here. Have not done this in like over a month, so we'll see how it goes. Just take it nice and slow. Bring it out. Alright. Oh, we're going off the thing there. Took it a little too far out, didn't I? That's okay. Let's go ahead and forward this and then turn it in a little earlier. As I said, it's been a while since I've done this. maybe a bit too long. It's hard to judge how far the back of the truck is from all that good stuff up there. Alright, let's turn a little sharper this time, not make the same mistake twice. Turn back. Come on, turn back. Keep going, keep going. Alright, there we go, that's better. Now we can just edge it in. Or ease it in, should I say. Edge. Nice and easy. There we go. Ah, beautiful. That looks pretty good to me. Parking brake on, how do we do? Oh, very nice. See, it ended up just fine. Alright, let's go ahead and unload. 221 kilometers, 14 hours. Obviously, we slept 99.2 liters. And some good skill points. So let's see what this company has. That way they can just fill up my trailer. I don't want to go back to Sweden. I don't want to go back to Tampere. I could go back to Estonia. I'm trying to see more of Finland, though. What about Pori? That would kind of be good. Go up the coast. Check off, you know, all these parts of Finland. Turku. That's not anything good. Yeah, this looks good. An hour 48, too. It's nice and short. Medical equipment or polystyrene boxes. Let's see. Medical's high value, but we're getting paid the same? Which is weird, because it's the same distance. I don't know. I think I'll take the lower risk one. I'll wimp out. Alright, cargo's loaded. We got our polystyrene boxes in. Our good old trailer, and we're good to go. Still getting used to this trailer ownership. I gotta say, it's really nice. You know, I didn't have to back my truck into another trailer, leave this trailer, go to another company, just pick up something at the company you deliver to and then go from there. It's kind of the best thing you can do. Alrighty. Go ahead and head out of Turku and make a short drive up the coast. Let's take a look at our route. Alright, looks like it's Highway 8 all the way up to Pori, which I guess we're kind of on the edge of Pori and Olkiluoto. Wow, that is a town name right there if I've ever seen one. Then in the next episode we can kind of head back. We got to check off Helsinki. I'd like to get everywhere in Finland, but at least get to most of them. And then of course we got all this to explore in the new part of the map. And then of course we can actually get to the normal parts of the map again. I guess by the time we get down there, there's going to be new map expansions. By the time we get to Italy, there's going to be new map expansions and all that kind of stuff, I think. Alright, continuing on. Pori, which will be north from here. On Finland Route 8. That is a peculiar looking port, though. And this is a peculiar city because it's just a bunch of, you know, it doesn't really take you into the town. That's one thing, I mean, in European cities, I don't think they allow trucks in their downtowns. In American cities, they do more often. or actually always. So I hope in American Truck Sim, a lot of the cities you can actually drive through the cities more. I mean, I've been in LA, San Fran, and Portland on them, and you kind of can, but in none of them can you actually go in like the central downtown. San Francisco you can get pretty close though. I mean, there's parts of the actual city that you drive through with houses and all that. That's what I'd like to see in the future American Truck Sim games. I hope you can drive through downtown Seattle. I know the Port of Seattle is going to be on there because in real life the Port of Seattle is a absolutely massive place. I'm so excited, so excited for it to be on there. Alright. But I hope that in the next 3 months we can kind of explore the majority of this map and continue expanding our trucking empire. Look at me getting all these green lights too. I feel like I had all the red lights coming in, but I'm getting all the green lights going out, which is good. Alright, up to 50. Put that cruise control on. I do wish I had GPS in my truck. That would be nice. Could change lanes here. I've done a lot of driving in person recently because I just drove from Pittsburgh back to Ohio and then all the way to DC, which is 5.5 hours, 6 hours if you go through West Virginia the way I went. And oh wait, this is not my light. And then, you know, 6 hours back, so I've put on a lot of miles recently. Luckily, I'm sticking in Ohio until the beginning of March when I head home for spring break. So I will save most of my driving for video game driving and not real life driving. There we go, another green light. That is what I like to see. Obviously with the new year, I'm gonna be uploading new videos and gonna need things to talk about, so I'll throw in the old plug that if you guys have any topics you want me to talk about, go ahead and put them in the comments. Anything and everything I'm willing to make a video about, or at least you know, something to talk about during these truck sims. As I said, trying to kind of do this like hybrid podcast trucking type series. Alright, onto the highway now. So it looks like this Route 8 is just a 2-lane road. It seems like Finland doesn't have an extensive highway network compared to Sweden. In Sweden they actually have, like, you know, major highways. In Finland there are some, but it seems like freeways are a lot less and it's more just like country roads and all that kind of stuff. When, you know, in Sweden it seems to be, I mean, there are a lot of back roads too, but an actual better highway system. Obviously Germany, I think, has the best highway system of them all with the Autobahn. It's pretty much highway between any two cities in Germany, and same in America. Obviously it's you know, highways are worshipped in the US. And you know, it's a plus and a negative, because on one hand, you know, it's good to have a good highway system, but on the other hand, there's no public transport in the US, which drives me nuts. Well, there is public transport, but it's crappy. You know, we do have a metro train in Pittsburgh, but it's just a light rail, honestly, and it doesn't go many places. It only goes to one direction into the suburbs, and then it goes through downtown. You can take it to the stadiums from downtown, which is nice, but downtown is so close to the stadiums, if the weather's good, you're just going to be walking anyway. You just walk across the bridge. So honestly, it's, you know, unless you live along the line, that's all there really is. When you live in other areas, you know, Washington, D.C., San Francisco, there's some sort of public transport that'll get you anywhere. There's a good bus system in Pittsburgh, though. At least we have a very good bus system, actually. It'll take you anywhere and everywhere, and it seems to, at least when I've rode it, it was on... Actually, it was delayed the one time I rode it, but most people I know who ride it say it's typically, you know, the on-time percentage is reasonable. But I wish U.S. cities in the U.S. had a better rail network and public transport network. I would have loved to have been able to take a train from Ohio to D.C. in a couple hours. High-speed rail, the way it is in Europe. Obviously, the town I'm in is a small town, so, you know, we wouldn't have a ton of rail. What is that? That's a weird roadside. It's a bus stop. That's pretty cool. See, they got bus stops out in the countryside. That would never be a thing in the United States. Not in the countryside. We hardly have enough bus stops in the city, unfortunately. Good, slow down here. Alright, there's Oikuluotu. What a town. What a town. And Pori is straight ahead. Oh, we're only 20 minutes from it, too. Very, very nice. But anyway, I wish the U.S. had better public transport. And when I play City Skylines and remake Pittsburgh, you can bet that there's going to be a lot of really good public transport there, because it's something that's really, you know, it's good for the environment. It's good for traffic. It's good for people's health. It forces them to walk a little bit more, and it's just a better way of living. I know the small town I live in Ohio, we have a couple bus lines, and I try to